Struggling with prop firms? Let's go.
Now, trading, to simply put it, right? I'm just gonna obviously break the gold down. It's just crazy the way it just melted off. I'll be going into obviously, maybe there were any early pattern signs that we could have recognized for this huge meltdown. I personally think no, because obviously you can get earlier even signs of rejections or signs of price reversing. Until something crazy doesn't happen, you'll never know, because you can never predict the markets. But I wanted to go over, with regarding gold as well, that this huge meltdown here, how you can take advantage, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, how you can take advantage of situations like this, situations where price is going sideways. And I think this is what really sums up if you to be a profitable trader. You need to know when to stay away from the markets. You need to know what kind of market situations your strategy works the best with. Any of my students watching this, they will know exactly when there is a strong trend, a lot of tons of volume, clear bias where market wants to go. My break and retest strategy, the way I've refined it, absolutely thrives. Let me just show you before I go on. So my students actually called these moves. This one was so it's on the winning section here. By the way, link will be in the video description. One was about touching 1,600 members. It's where I achieved my 1-to-1 mentorship. So 1 to 3 with this particular one. If I just one moment, check the other posts out. This is an early morning one, but I just played this in the elite mentorship. So this one 162 RR. So it just goes on and on, right? It goes on and on. So it's insane. And also check out fund certificate section. Again, in the public chart area, all the students that get funded, getting payouts, and so on. I even posted when I start passing these challenges. But obviously, I've always shown where start small and then get your payouts. And obviously, this is how you leave your 9 to 5. If you're working, one of the best ways, it's a generational skill. You can teach it to your kids. My simple break and retest now, obviously it's a lifelong skill that will stick with me for the rest of my life, and obviously with my students. And also there's a course as well, super affordable, only £99, which gets updated regularly, and it's a one-off payment, none of that crap of consistent. No, once you're in for life. Very, very simple. 12 videos, 20 minutes each, and you'll get to see my edge. Excuse me. We had a bit of a cough there coming. Anyways, so you got a double top pattern here, right? Also, check this out. You can also, look at this. This was playing out to be like an inverted head and shoulder pattern. Not the best looking. Look, this would be the head, left shoulder, again not the best looking. And then obviously you can even look at these levels here, right? This could be like a right shoulder, left shoulder here, but then eventually obviously market just fell off. So anyone who tried to look for buys from here, sellers, you did well. Buyers, you got absolutely crushed. There was a top here, and then obviously price failed to break the resistance and market just fell off. Now, why do I say my strategy thrives, right? I use a certain type of obviously tools that help me predict or react to the market in situations like these. Like for example here, right? Huge melt off, huge breaking all major support levels. Now some might say, oh, are we bullish or now are we bearish? To be honest, anything can still happen, right? Because if this broke as well, I'll be way more convinced. We are, to be honest, okay, we are bearish obviously, but still when you get huge directions like these, price normally comes back with normally have to fill that range in. But anyways, anything could literally just happen. So let's break some of these down. So when price start breaking these levels, how you can capitalize going through the zones. And again, my biggest edge is the way I draw my zones, right? So let's go on a much small time frame. So let's just dissect all these one by one, keeping it nice and simple. So okay, another thing as well, there are zones within zones. So let's mark up this one, and let's mark up, remember you want to focus on some from the past as well, like so mark up C. Well, this one pretty much fills up this one anyway. So once this area gets broken, right, it's pretty obvious where market wants to go, right? Now I mean, but this is insane. This is not going to give you a chance, right, for a rejection. This is how crazy the melt off was. So what can we do? Let's move on to the next one. And as you can see, right, this is another thing I want to point out as well. I do these breakdowns with you guys, right? Because it's not like, oh, I pick out the winning trades and I show you them. No, the one I just marked up then, I didn't even check myself if they're winning or you know, how, if, you know, what the entry. No, it's not there. So just to show, obviously these are raw videos, unedited, and you know, it's just it's all about transparency. It's all about just keeping it realistic as possible as well. So now obviously we've got this breakout here. Now where could you, now there's different ways to enter this, right? You got a double top over here, just the way you see that major one that made gold collapse. So you got this minor double top here, right? Any other clues, right? Let's just put this on a replay mode so I can break this down as much as possible. Any other clues, right? So number one, double top. Number two, you know, let's actually type these down. Okay, so number one, so double top. I'm gonna just type these really fast, so if I make any spelling mistakes, just bear with me. But you get the idea. So double top here, right? Now there's another one as well. So resistance, right? But look at this. Price made on a smaller level. You can call this a lower high. So we're making lower lows, a lower high. You know, price comes down. This resistance fails to break this level, low high over here. So buyers are in control. Obviously, sellers are. Now, what happens next? Price comes down, right? Just look at this. We break this low, and this happens every time. I don't know why. We break this low here with this obviously new low created, but then this major low is not broken yet, right? So now in a moment, this is I think a lot of traders go wrong as well, and you need to understand is you want pretty much when you go, if you're going for a sell, you want to look at everything has to be giving all the signals for a sell, pretty much, that we want to go low. The price has to show you clearly that it wants to go, you know, lower. So in a moment here, just moving sideways, people start taking entries from here and here. No, we're going sideways. What do you do? Sit in your hands. Simple, very, very simple. Because price is not making new lows, but price is not making new highs. Mark it out as a range, mark it off. Now, what happens next? Quite interesting. Why? Because now price is attempting to go up. It fails here. It definitely fails. You've got a wick rejection as well. This is a better rejection simply because it's more closer to this area of interest or zone, whatever you want to call it. Then price creates a huge, super strong bearish long wick rejection candle, and I get a lot of messages about this. So let's just type in candle strength. Just double check if it's this one. Yes, it is, because there's two, right? So I don't use it anymore. Obviously, I can just tell now over the years, but a 99.48% candle bearish strength, right? You can check out all the other candles. So unless there's 100% in there, this by far is the strongest bearish. I mean, it's the strongest candle. Is there a bullish candle? That's 99, but there's a bullish candle here that's 94. Okay, 99.11. Now, why does this have zero value? This is a 94.13, 99.11. Very, very close to this one, but in my eyes got no value. Why? Simply because it's in no man's land. Only this candle here that was created below the resistance in the area of interest, right? You want to think of it like this. Candlesticks tell you like the letters of a language, or letters of the alphabet, I should say, and those you know, letters turn into words. Words tell you a story. When you see something like this, if a bearish candle is not below resistance, or a bullish rejection candle is not above support, everything else is noise, distraction, or just look at someone just mumbling, right? Clear words will only come out when it happens at an area of interest. You can just pretty much take your entry from here. Now stops, someone's, you know, should be above the zone is a little bit, you know, you could have it because you got one wick here, and obviously the main one here, but if you want to play it safe, this one that we marked earlier above that one. Very, very simple. Now that was 2, right? So, and I did see one actually. Okay, suppose now, so the one is the double top confluence entry one, and number 2 is the bearish long wick rejection. So number 2, I'll just call it bearish long wick rejection. So we'll change the color of this so you can see it more clearly. Now number 3, can anyone spot it? Now with this one, it's not going to be that clear, but obviously when it takes more time. But there is a head and shoulder hiding in here. Left shoulder, the head, and then obviously not the clear one, but then obviously this move on the right to the downside. Now if you go to a small time frame, again it stands out much clearly, and again on a small time frame, even this head and shoulder, right? But this one would be, it's a little bit of an abnormal one, but this one is the way better one. I mean, if you go on a 1 minute, I think it will stand out even more clearly, as you can see. This one's more double head actually, yeah, double headed head and shoulder. So that's 3. You know, you can call them confluences, which obviously people in the majority of the world does, but you know, find many reasons to enter a trade, and then, you know, if a trade, once you hit the trade, doesn't mean still it's going to be 100% winner, because there can still be a losing trade. And then once you're in the live trade, find many reasons that the trade would lose. So once if you do, which obviously, you know, you're not going to go on, as much as you'll go on winning streaks, you'll go on losing streaks as well. But if you do, then it doesn't affect the psychology. But at the same time, just because you find any reasons that the trade will lose, because at any possible moment in the world, something can happen. I could just make your trade, you know, go against you. But never exit your trade until it doesn't hit stop loss, or until it doesn't hit break even, if you want to call it, or if it doesn't hit TP. Very, very simple. So let's move on to the next one. Simply just dissect that one. Let's see what this one brings, right? And again, I'm just going with, okay, so out of this one, we've got pretty much a 1, 2, 3, as you can see here. It's rewarded with pretty much 3 confluences. Now look at this one, right? Now what could be the possible reason that we want to take an entry? So let's just say this trade ends, we are still going with the trend. Look at, let's see if we can break this down. Okay, perfect. Now we've got a bearish engulfing candle, a nice bearish engulfing, right? Now we need to look for more reasons. Now obviously, again, see, this is what I meant earlier. You see this bullish engulfing. Someone might say, well, look at these wick rejections, look at this bullish engulfing, we should be going for a buy. Look at this super strong bullish candle, long wick rejection is a very strong bullish. Yeah, it's all noise. Why? Like I mentioned earlier, this bullish candle here engulfing, and this is above support level. But what really outweighs everything, guys, is the trend, right? I'm going to give you an example, right? Now obviously, like I mentioned, yes, a bullish candle above support, this is where everyone trying to catch the bottom will always get their hands chopped off. You know, it's like you're trying to catch a falling knife. It is not going to work. You'll get all these perfect signs. Look at this one. Let me just delete this one actually, so you can see these candles as well. Look at this bullish engulfing candle, right? This is a bullish engulfing, not the best ones obviously. This is a way better one, but not this one, because of the idea. Well, ideally you want the bullish candle body closure over the wick of the bearish candle, and vice versa. Like this one here, bearish candle here engulfing, but this one closes below wick. I mean, almost completes the range of these 3 candles. So, well, it does actually, but you know, this is what I mean. You want very, very strong. I mean, even this one here, right? Very strong example here, very good, bigger than the previous 2 candles. Perfect. So these were all false signals where people trying to go for a buy. They're just absolutely absolutely, obviously lost their trades and obviously got hammered. Now bearish candle here engulfing. So let me just put that back, right? Whenever the trend is bearish, focus only on sells. Whenever the trend is bullish, focus only on buys. Very, very simple. Again, my biggest edge is the way I draw my zones. It's not the way I take my entries or my entry pattern. Any of my students watching will know exactly what I'm talking about. My biggest edge is the way I draw my zones, and then I will wait for the market to basically just start trending. I trade enough currency pairs, trading instruments that will eventually give me some kind of a trend within the day. I did not trade today. Unfortunately, I was not able to capitalize on this move. Some of the students did. You know, props to them. But obviously, you know, as you can see, this has been a nice green day, and because you can't go wrong with gold, right? Because normally when it just goes, it just goes. So let's break this down even more. So we've got our bearish engulfing, right? Any other signs with any other signs? Now, this does not mean you keep going to a small time frame. Now you need the 30 seconds, 15-minute candles. No, 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute. You know, they're pretty much enough. Not really a clear head and shoulder pattern. So you got one confluence over here, and you're free there. You can still take the trade. Now it's your choice, obviously, to risk less. Now remember, some might say, well, at the end of the day, I'm still going with the trend. You know, obviously, even though this still turned out to be a winner, but you got to look at it like this, right? The trend is, how can I say? Let's, I mean, what example can? Okay, let's say a dam breaks, right? A dam breaks. I just say this is where the dam is. The dam breaks, and all the river, all the, you know, all the water starts pouring out. When is it going to be as like the strongest, like where it's going to cause the most destruction? Obviously, whatever what will go cause destruction. But the moment the dam breaks, that explosive boom, right? This area will be the most destructive, right? So when it starts going lower and lower and starts breaking through the zones, that's when if you adding, that's why you get these better confluences. As price goes lower and lower, eventually it has to turn, but we just don't know when. Could be here, and could be here. That's, you know, that's why this saying goes, go with the trend. You know, if the trend is your friend. Eventually, all markets turn. Gold is bullish, but I mean, yes, even on a minor level, it did turn. Even on a minor level, you know, 50 years down the line, we don't know. Gold, could it still be bullish, or could be it might be just because trending bullish in 50 years time, 30 years time, it might be trending downwards. You just don't know. So what I'm just trying to say is, you know, the pressure of the water, that's, you know, just on the pressure of price that's coming down, it kind of, in a sense, just will become weaker and weaker. As you could, perfect example here, the confluence is much stronger than this one, right? And obviously, price is obviously still bearish, but it, you know, obviously probably just come down here eventually just to break its own highs again, you know. So it's, yeah, it's very straightforward, very simple, and just the one confluence really, bearish engulfing on the 5 minute. Very simple. If you found value from this, guys, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, comment. And if you're still struggling with your trading and all that, and you're looking for a mentor, or you just you know, a super affordable course that has everything, nothing to hide, link will be, both links will be in the video description. If you come in the Discord community, drop a hi, you know, you can message me, and yeah, take care, have a good evening, I'm out.